Hi guys, it's Thomas here from COTBase.com. Welcome to this week's Commitments of Traders review. Today we're going to have a look at the fourth COT report of 2016, and as usual we're going to start off with the changes in commercials positions. So here we go. As you can see, we've got lumber on top of our list with an 18% change in commercials positions. You can see the change size over here. Roughly the same change size can be seen in large speculators. This of course is a bullish COT change signal. If you look at the 52 weeks time range, we see greater changes in the past, and of course the last similar change was back actually a few reports ago. That was a bullish COT change signal as well, but as you may see, was not an effective signal. Prices could not go higher. Actually, they fell afterwards, so that wasn't a good signal. So let's move on and have a look at the 5 years chart and see how extreme this market has become. You can see that we have reached a relative bearish extreme a few reports ago. Of course, relative in the term of a few maybe 2.5 years. On the 5 years chart, of course, you can see that this market can reach much greater bearish extreme levels. So we're pretty far away from those levels. We're actually getting closer to bullish extreme levels. The last major bullish COT extreme, as you may see, was over here, and it was an effective signal. You can see prices managed to go higher from there. I would say that is still the existing main COT extreme signal present in the market right now. Moving on to silver, where we have a 16% change in commercials position. You can see the chain size over here, again larger than average, but we do see greater changes in the past. This is of course a bearish COT change signal. Moving on to the 5 years chart, here we go. You can see that we're moving away from relative bullish levels, so we're more or less in between the bullish and bearish COT extreme levels. So I wouldn't say that there's too much to talk about here in silver right now. Let's just move on and have a look at corn, where we have a 14% change in commercials positions. You can see here again we're talking about a bearish COT change signal, larger than average, but of course we do see greater changes in the past. What's interesting to see is basically both commercials and large speculators are more or less net long. I'm saying more or less because it's a bit difficult to tell from the chart whether large speculators have gone above the zero line in net terms, of course, anyhow it's pretty obvious that mainly small speculators are taking the bearish side of the market right now. 5 years chart, let's move on to the 5 years chart. You can see that we are moving away from a bullish extreme level. As we do, you can see we have a bit of a rise in prices. Of course, big question is whether this would continue in the next couple of weeks. If you look at the last similar COT extreme signal, you can see it was a more effective one, or at least an effective one that managed to push prices higher for a few weeks. Of course, as you may see, as prices were going higher, the COT report changed very dramatically, very fast, and we've reached a relative bearish extreme, which of course then pushed prices back down. So that's corn. Moving on to large speculators COT extreme, we can see the Japanese yen on top of our list with a 206 report extreme in large speculators. This extreme is pretty visible on the 5 years chart. So very large, sorry, here we go, large speculators are here. It's a pretty large COT extreme. It is of course a bearish COT extreme signal, but you can see that we have a bit of a reaction from price already. So this report of course may change. The small speculators have gone above the zero line. They're net long. That of course again is a more bearish sign that we can see. British pound is our next market with 129 report extreme in large speculators. Here we go. You can see the report large speculators over here. So we're getting much closer to a bullish COT extreme level. The last one that was very extreme and was an effective signal, as you can see, was back over here in 2013. We saw a major extreme, and then not shortly afterwards prices did start going upwards pretty dramatically. So I'm not saying it's going to happen right now, but as you can see, the picture is very similar. And of Of course, don't forget this extreme may widen even more for the next upcoming few weeks. This extreme can become much wider before prices actually bottom out and we'd see prices go higher. And last but not least, natural gas with a 68 report extreme. Let's open the 5-year chart. Here we go. You can see the extreme over here. Well, generally speaking, I would say that we have had a pretty bullish extreme in the market for quite some time without any real reaction from price. So I think we still need to be patient in this market and see something more obvious from the report. Nothing is that obvious right now. I wouldn't say the 68 report extreme and large speculators is something that really counts. So I think that's all we need to talk about natural gas right now. Okay, this was all for this review. Don't forget that COT charts page is there for you if you'd like to have a look at other COT charts. And of course, the COT analysis page that we're analyzing week by week gives you the opportunity to go into more in-depth and detailed COT analysis. I hope you enjoyed my review, and I hope to see you next week. Have a great weekend. Take care. Goodbye.